28th, 29th July 1916, 26th Battalion, the 7th Infantry Brigade, 2nd Division, moved up through the town of Pozieres to our rear, through the communication trenches, up to their forming up point for the attack on the German trench lines known as O.G1, O.G2 and the Windmill, which was a high ground feature. They went over the top at about 11 o'clock at night towards O.G1 and O.G2 from this spot. Some of the men got into O.G1, but confusion broke out. The men bunched up, they lost direction, and they moved over towards the left. There was a lot of confusion and no communication, and a general withdrawal was ordered. They didn't gain the objective, or those men that did could not consolidate in that position. In that attack, the following Hobart men were killed, majority of which are missing. Private Owen Stanley Tolman, 24, a seaman of 7 Marine Terrace, Hobart. Private William Cuthbert Hawkins, 19, of Lunawanna, Bruny Island, a woodturner. Private James William Levis, 27, a carpenter of Lansdowne Crescent, West Hobart. Private Victor Tasman Lisson, 26-year-old policeman from 44 Park Street, Newtown. Private Reuben John Henry Christie, 22-year-old labourer from 106 Collins Street, Hobart. Private Arthur Stanley Isles, 24, labourer, 74 Lord Street, Sandy Bay. Private Alexander Neil McKendrick, 21-year-old miner, 129 Lansdowne Crescent, West Hobart. Private John William Harrison, labourer, 25 years old, Newtown. Lansdowne Daniel Augustine Quinn, 22-year-old blacksmith of 35 Anglesey Street, Hobart. Sergeant Wallace Douglas Guthrie Fraser Ross, 26-year-old surveyor, 3 Burnett Street, North Hobart. Private Albert Edward Talbot, 25-year-old barman of Bellerive. And Private William Ronald Herbert, 25-year-old commercial traveller, 301 Macquarie Street. Now, of those men, 7 of them from that charge still lie beneath our feet within a 200-metre stretch of ground at Pozieres. Their bodies were never recovered, or if they were buried, the graves were subsequently lost, and their names are on the wall at Villas Bretonneux. We are standing on the last resting place of those men from Hobart. A week later, there was a second charge, 5th of August 1916, again over exactly the same ground with the same objectives. The second attack was successful. OG1 and OG2 were gained, and the Windmill feature was captured. The position was consolidated and counterattacks were held off. By that time, the 2nd Division was exhausted. It had taken massive casualties and was no longer in a fit state to fight, so it was replaced by the 4th Australian Division. Hobart men who were killed in that second attack were Private John Theodore Owen, 20-year-old upholsterer of 253 Elizabeth Street. Private Hector Clarence Pacey, 26-year-old labourer of Pedder Street, Newtown. Private Montague Bertram Street, a gardener of Risdon Road, Newtown. Private Gordon Samuel Woolley, 25, 74 Queen Street, North Hobart. Now, those 4 men are all missing, and they're all beneath our feet. And it's strongly believed that Pacey and Street, who are great cobbers from Newtown, joined together and were inseparable, lie in the same grave somewhere here on the ground around where we are now. Their bodies were never found, but Pacey's brother, who was also in the battalion, was told that they were buried in the same grave.
Here we have a piece of 1908 slant 15 pattern Australian produced equipment. I just looked down after reading out the names of those Hobart men that are missing in this paddock, and this piece of Australian equipment is here. Could well have belonged to one of those men of the 26th Battalion, but definitely Australian infantry equipment, showing that they were here, and this is the way they advanced. They were right here.